Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. We're back, second week. This is week 2, season 20 of one of my favorite competitions in reality, which is Dancing with the Stars. I love it. This was my jam Monday. So all of the contestants got to actually pick what song they actually wanted to dance to. It was one of their jams. So we start right off. We're going to go blow through this because, we got a lot of contestants still. Chris and Whitney went first. And they did a cha-cha. And they actually chose one of Pitbull's songs. I love Mr. Worldwide. Let me tell you, Chris is not the best dancer. Okay? And I could see some of the frustration. Chris is from the Bachelor. But I could see some of the frustration in Whitney because, again, remember last year she had Alfonso Roberto. And then she actually went on to win. So now, she's back to the grind. And I don't know where this is going to go with her. I mean, because she's a fantastic choreographer and a beautiful dancer. But he just doesn't have much musicality. Their scores were 5, 6, 5, 5. And he felt really, really bad about the performance. And really, he should have. I mean, it wasn't... I think he'll do better. I think he'll do better going forward. But the child, he's a good looker, but he's just not made to dance, I don't think. What are you going to do? Next was Suzanne, Summers, and Tony. They did a jive. Their scores were 7, 7, 7, 7. And it was really good. It was a big change from last week. Big change from last week. It was exactly what the judges had wanted from her. The ballroom went up. It was really, really good. Real cute little outfit. She did fringes. Fringes on my girls is always very flirty, and they were beaded fringes, and then it was pink, and it was real cute. It worked. It really, really worked. 68 years young. It worked. I was down with it. The next couple was Robert and Kim. I already told you all, Robert is sweet on Kim, I believe. So that's always fun to watch. It happens every season. Somebody's sweet on somebody. And it just becomes a fun time to watch how that human and animalistic thing happens. But very cute. And I think he is very sweet on Kim. And I can see why. Kim's a beautiful woman. And, Robert's a good-looking man. And I think they would make a great couple. But they danced. They were great. And they danced to Michael Bublé. And then the thing that was so good about it, they turned around and Michael Bublé sent in a video message to them. So that was just awesome. I really enjoyed that. I didn't cry, but I thought it was real, real cute. And their scores were 7s across the board as well. Next was Keo and Charlotte. Okay. Keo, I kind of feel for Keo. Keo got sent off first last time. Now, I said last week, Charlotte's not the best dancer. Okay, she's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, pretty girl model with really big boobs. Okay, so she got everything looks-wise basically going for her, but she wasn't a fierce dancer. I have to say, she really did dance better this week. Now, there was an issue going on throughout the week. Social media tore her ass up. I don't even know no nicer way to say it. They really tore her up. They bullied her. Talked about how she didn't deserve to be there. She's not a good role model. This, that, blah, 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 blah. You know how social media can be. She took it in stride. I mean, she had a moment with it and everything like that. Again, like I said, they put the anger and the angst of it all into the dance. Her dance went a whole lot better this week. She got really good comments from the judges, and their scores were 7, 6, 7, 6. So whatever it was that they channeled worked really good, and they need to continue to channel that. I'm really sorry that they are tearing her up like that. But again, on the other side of it, I believe she came into the competition thinking that those looks are going to help her. But no, baby, you got to dance, sweetheart. I don't care. There's been many, many, many pretty people on here, baby. You got to dance. This is what we do over here. We dance. So it's going to be a little kickball change, baby. Them titties ain't going to take you through for a couple of weeks, but that's it. And Keo already knows what it's like to be leaving in the beginning. So, all right. So whatever you're doing, keep channeling that, baby, and maybe you'll get to stay a little while. All right. Next was Peter and Michael. Y'all know I have a soft spot for Peter. I love that doggone Peter. But anyway, they did a foxtrot It was 100% better than what went on last week. 100% better, and they got 7s across the board. It's PETA. PETA's good. When you're good, you're good. That's just the way it is. Okay, next was Rumor and Val. They did a cha-cha, 8s across the board. This is just going to be the way things are going to go. This is just how it's going to go. Rumor can dance, period. She can dance. Again, Bruce Willis and Demi Moore are her parents. The child has stage presence. The child has a definite look, that you definitely want to look at her. She has the package, and it's going to be very interesting to watch her through this because I don't think she's going to go anywhere anytime soon. She got it going on. She really does. Next was Red Foo and Emma. Now, I'm telling you, my hope is that Red Foo could stay at least until they get to the Latin week, which is next week. Because I want to see them do the makeover on Red Foo. They'd be crazy not to snatch him in a ponytail and do the whole Argentine tango look and all that. I want to see him in that look, which will be so totally outside of his comfort zone and where he usually is. He's the crazy afro and all of that stuff. But anyway, Red Foo and Emma did a jive to My Sharona, and it was really good. They got down, and their scores actually were 8-7, 8-8. They did very good. Next, we had Willow and Mark. I'm living for Mark, and Mark's going to walk away from this show with a hell of a name for himself. Whenever he leaves, however, if it's 20 more years from now, he's going to leave with a hell of a name for himself because, again, he is the youngest contestant ever that's ever been on the show. Everything he does has been so age-appropriate, so meticulous, and he makes it fun for them. He is going to do really well, and he probably should think of a career of actually working with children. Children or young adults. He really should. But everything worked. He did an Argentine tango. Worked it out, okay? They had, their costumes were hand-painted, and they had body paint. There was like a heart backdrop, and when they started, they literally were standing against the backdrop, and they were blending with the backdrop like camouflage. It was flawless. The thing is, though, what they showed in the package, they actually did, they wanted to hand-paint their costumes themselves, and, the production allowed it. What they did was he made it fun for her. Willow's 14 years old. They did paintball. They did a paintball match, and they're like hitting each other with paintballs. It was the cutest thing. And they hit each other with paintballs, and that's how they got the, whole look of their costumes and all the hand painting. It was great. It really was. It was fabulous, and it was something fabulous for a 14-year-old to do. She'll never forget that, I don't believe. And the child, she's done 2 Hunger Game movies and all that. I don't believe she'll ever forget the experience of doing that costume with Mark and then coming back and dancing it. It was fabulous. And the way they blended into the backdrop, as a fashion designer, I loved it. I loved it. It got me. I was sold on the package. They got 8s across the board because they danced the hell out of it as well. I enjoyed that. That was, I think, probably my favorite dance of the night was them doing their Argentine tango. I loved it. Next, we had Noah and Sharna. They did a samba. They did a samba, and we went through last week about his I hate to say his handicaps because he doesn't even allow it to be a handicap. He is strong. Do you hear me? I mean, he flips and flings and things around. Strong. Just strong. I ain't talking about it no more. It just amazes me, though. I think he's amazing. And they're a hot couple. And, body-wise, his body is too. He got a body on him. And, of course, Sharna's sharp as hell. And they danced really, really well. They danced their samba real well. Their scores were 7-6, 7-7. And then, when I said, well, I'm probably going to make it through this week without doing any crime, didn't happen. He was talking about the girlfriend. The girlfriend had been gone, and she's in the service 6 months. She's been there, and he was saying in 2 days, just 48 hours, he's going to actually be picking her up. She would be coming home. Well, they finished dancing. You turn around, and she came out from the side. Well, I was done. The floodgates opened up, And they kept it a secret, and I said they did a good job keeping that secret, but she was right there. She saw the dance and everything, so that was just, like, fabulous. It was excellent. I enjoyed that. And I cried so much. Anyway, next couple was Nastya and Derek. They did a rumba, and it was actually just very pretty, which, again, it's going to be fun to watch them, and I expect nothing less from them. She's a gymnast, so I expect pretty. I expect gorgeous costumes from her. And I expect there to be issues with personality because for whatever reason, gymnasts don't always have a lot of personality because they're so trained to put fake smiles on, I think is what happened. They're literally trained to put a fake smile on their face and doing all this flipping around. So personality is always an issue with them. Like, do you have one? Let's let it out. You know what I mean? But they got 9, 8, 8, 9 as a score. So that was really, really cool. Let's see. Who else? Patty. Patty. You know, can't forget my girl. Miss Patty came out. Let me tell y'all, before we even get started. That goddamn white chandelle feather coat that Patty had on. You want no part of it. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And all night, she sat around in her feather coat, honey. I said, girl, you better go ahead, Miss Patty, and quit your playing, honey. Her bob hair wig and her feather coat, fabulous. And then she danced. She decided she wanted to dance to In the Club, 50 Cent. And she has a knee injury, y'all. Already, she has a knee injury. But she ain't let it hold her back. Patty danced. She come up out of her white feather coat, baby, and she was giving you white fringes and all of her, the sheer illusion on her bodysuit was studded and stoned to perfection. She looked gorgeous. She really did. She looked gorgeous. And it was tons of fringes, and you know my girl knew exactly what to do with them. She got 7s across the board, and you couldn't even tell that there was anything going on with the knee. I was very, very proud of her. And again, she's there, and nobody's giving her any special treatment. She's dancing. So, eat that, Wendy Williams. So, there. Anyway, moving on. And then last we had Riker and Allison. They did a foxtrot. It was young. It was fresh. Of course, you know, Allison always keeps it new and lively. I like that Allison a lot. And I love that she had a beautiful jade dress on. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And it just flowed. It was so pretty. And they got 8s across the board. So that was really, really good. Okay, so that's it. Now, like I said, next week is Latin week. I was pushing for this person to make it through. But unfortunately, the eliminated couple was Emma and Red Fu. So I was very unhappy with that. Especially with the fact they danced so good this week. But, I mean, I understand what happened. I understand how it happened. But I was so upset because I really wanted to get to where they could actually make over Red Fu and see what he would look like, you know, with that whole Latin feel going on. Oh, well, maybe somewhere down the line we might see him do something somewhere. There's no telling. He's an artist. So, you know, he has the option to change his look and do whatever he wants to do whenever he wants. But I really was pushing for that. But that's it, guys. That was actually week 2. Again, I've had so much fun. I always do. I have fun doing the review for this show, and I definitely have fun when I watch the show back. Again, you know, nobody watches television with me at my house. You all know that because I scream and I yell, and I jump off the couch, and I do all kind of dumb stuff. But I enjoy myself, and I really do love Dance with the Stars. All right, guys, so I will catch you next week, and we will go over week 3. All right, guys, bye for now.